Hello and welcome to another draft. My name is Edward, also known as Strategy. And today, for the first time, we are playing with 8 human players, which I'm super excited about. If you're not aware, in this cube, it's arena only. So if the card is on arena, it is in the cube. I should say it is able to be in the cube, and then I kind of curate from there. So like Snuff Out's a new card to arena. That's been a very exciting one for me that I've added recently. And obviously, as you can tell, I still explore. Dark Depths is another recent one. So yeah. With that said, what do I want to draft here? There's no power. Like you can't draft power because it's not buyable on arena yet. But there's like Oracle the Alpha, which is really nice. You can do that. I want to take the Snuff Out. It's either like Snuff Out or Delighted Halfling. A lot of these decks end up being mid-range decks. I could also see the Isotil Explorer though. I'm gonna take the Snuff Out. I think it's just the most broken card in the pack. Kind of wish I took the Isotil now because the Sylvan Safekeeper and Titania, not Priest. That's a different card. Are on the client now, which is super exciting. Snuff Out doesn't go great with Sylvan Safekeeper. It kind of makes me want to go with the Troll. Plus, I don't really want to take Sylvan Safekeeper pick 2 and never see a Titan. Oh, there's a Pyrogoyf. Never mind. Let's take this Pyrogoyf. Ignore everything I said. We're gonna take the Pyrogoyf. Okay, so there's a cut down. There's an Oliphant to go with the Pyrogoyf. Lots of blue, lots of red. None of these red cards are kind of interesting me right now. Do I just take the cut down? I don't know. I don't know if I like that. Just 3 removal spells right off the bat. Am I supposed to like take this Urza and go into Urza? These blue cards are nice. I really don't want to devote to a third color for like anything other than probably Urza. Let's just take the cut down. Just have all the removal in the world. Oh my gosh. So Mana Drain is a card definitely worth going into blue for. And it's not, I mean, it's pick 4. It's not quote unquote too late. It's just, it is definitely the most powerful card in the pack. I'm going to, noticeably, there's also a Zurin Orb. I'm going to take the Mana Drain. It's just the most powerful card in the pack. Bitter Triumph and Seasoned Pyromancer are not unlikely to wheel. Let's see here. There's a Talisman, which is blue-black. I only have 1 red card so far, and it's a single pip. So this is theoretically a dual land for us. There is a stage to go with the depth that we've already passed. And maybe we can wheel the Sowing Mecha Spawn. But I really don't want to be in green. Like, I'm already Grixis if I want to keep all my cards I've taken so far. So let's just take the Talisman. Ooh, a Pyrokinesis. Oh, there's also a Quantum Riddler, though. Dax, another new to Arena card. Recent edition. Talisman, maybe that wheels. I'm going to take the Pyrokinesis, though. And that kind of locks us up for Rakdos, probably. Or is it, if I don't want to play these black cards? This is very exciting. Mystic Confluence is another fun one, but I really, really like the Pyrokinesis. Okay. I do like the Duress. I also don't mind Kaido. Pentad Prism's alright, but like if you can't abuse it other than like it being a pseudo dark ritual, I don't normally like to take it. I think it's between either the. I don't have an instant or sorcery powerful enough to want a mystical tutor for, which is another recent new to arena card, by the way. I'm super excited about. It's definitely between Kaido and Duress. I'm gonna take the Duress. We just don't have a lot of creatures yet. Ooh, Damnation. I don't mind that. If I haven't said it already, a lot of these decks end up being mid-range piles because there's just not like vintage-esque cards in the client yet. Because of things like Timeless being in the format, they kind of put a stopper on absurdly broken cards. Oh, Turok came back. That's a nice one. Oust is also another nice one, but I don't want to I don't want to do a 4th color. Technically, I could just be Mardu or something if I don't want to play this Mana Drain. But yeah, let's take the Turok. I don't mind being Rakdos. We can just put this Mana Drain over here for now. Ooh, Liliana. Gonti. I'm sorry that my mind's kind of all over the place. I'm gonna take the Lily. Um. Ooh. Okay. Wow. Preordain and Dig Through Time Wheeling. I'm gonna take the dual land. I think. Yeah, this is another sweeper effect. Maybe I just take the sweeper. Yeah. It's not the greatest sweeper, but the fact that it's instant is nice. And again, sorry that I'm kind of all over the place. As far as mentally not finishing my train of thoughts, etc. Okay, so Sapphire Collector Wield, which is a nice one. It's another way to get power as it generates a Sapphire, but we're not... Your second non-creature spell... You know, that's actually not too bad. But maybe I'm supposed to just take the Seasoned. Let's take the Seasoned. I like the Burst Lightning there too, but I just don't know if we're going to get there or not. Oh, okay. I'll take the Rakdos Talisman. So some of our two of our new players. We have Chris Wessel from Cincinnati, one of my old original cubers from Oklahoma City. Uh, he actually, ooh, nice. Finishing my train of thought though. Chris Wessel is actually, I think I've talked about him on this channel before. If you've watched that video, my second Mox Ruby I got from him for my cube. As a gift, I gave him a bunch of freebies for it, and to compensate the incredible gift. So yeah, Chris Wessel is just a great, amazing person. Definitely suggest being his friend. But the other new player is Josh Griffith, who is one of the other fellow TVL players that I constantly wear the hat of. Down in Tulsa. I say down, and I'm in Indiana now. But so yeah, down in Tulsa, and that's a biannual thing that we do together. That's a lot of fun. And we were talking about Arena, and he said that he was interested in Arena cubing, so here we are. Anyways, back to my pick. Chrome Mox is kind of one of the only like power cards. There's not a whole lot, like there's Dark Ritual and stuff on here. So Chrome Mox is a premium, is what I'm trying to say. So I don't want to pass it, even though there's a ton of really nice cards here. There's fetch lands, there's other things, but again, we're not going to pass the Chrome Mox. Mox Opal's another new to Arena client card. So Harvester of Misery was nice for us last time, but I don't want to take that here. I could take Coalition Relic, I suppose, but I'm not excited about that pick. I actually don't know what I want here. I'm not really a Carnage Interpreter deck either. I don't have enough artifacts to warrant this Opal. Maybe I'm supposed to just take Dragon Rage Channeler. I can defend that. Yeah, I like the Dragon Rage Channeler here. We have enough spells. Oh yeah, Upheaval. So if we had that Mystical Tutor, this Upheaval would be on my mind if we drafted a little bit better. As it sits, I'm probably gonna take this Fiery Confluence. Soren's not a bad one. Shield Edict's not a bad one. I don't want to play Ugin, but I almost want to hate draft it. I lose to it a lot because, again, a lot of these decks end up being mid-range decks. Not all of them, but it just seems like more often than not that's what ends up happening. I think I'm done on the 4-drops. I think if I get any more 4-drops, it's going to have to be like absolute premium, and I can't think of any at the top of my head, although I'm sure the cube will correct me. Let's see here. Tursa is actually really nice. So is Preacher, but I think I like Tursa a little bit more. Flage, if we had the colors for it, I am aware I have the Shadowy Backstreet. I guess you can't see it. I have a Shadowy Backstreet behind my portrait, but I'm not really... I don't think Flage is worth going into white for at this point. There's a Mother of Runes, which I would take over the Flage. Stoneforge Mystic's another nice one for the cube in general, just for those of you checking this out for the first time and may be interested in playing with us. The downside to this, though, however, is unfortunately you have to own your own cards because Arena, there's no trade mechanic or anything. So some players who are newer and don't have like a client based up, like Chris literally just made his client moments before we drafted. You may have to substitute some cards. Like if you draft a bunch of mythics, unfortunately, you just don't have the mythic wild cards or the cards themselves, then that may have to happen, which is fine. I mean, we're just playing for fun at this moment anyways, so no harm, no foul. It's all meant to have fun. If you've been watching this channel for a while, then you should know that about me already. So there's a Knight's Whisper, there's a Mind Collapse. I don't hate the Mind Collapse either. I know what this deck really wants is the 2 mana equipment that makes monks. That's what this deck really wants. If I had that, I'd probably take the Mind Collapse. As it sits, I'm going to take this Knight's Whisper and just kind of fill up. Just one for wanting a bunch of times and then just pop in that, oh, a gut, nice. Then just, get some card advantage off my Knight's Whisper and go from there. Yeah, Gut's fantastic. Also, another thing I just realized too is that this Torok is really a 4-drop. So we definitely don't want any more 4-drops. I want to take Gut though. Gut is an insane card and also new to the client. Magda, I don't need Toxic Deluge. I have I think 3 sweepers at this moment if you include the Fiery Confluence, which I do. Magda I think just is a great card and I'm going to take it. I wouldn't hate Mind Stone with the Gut, but Magda makes treasures if she's attacking. So okay, there's a Legion Extruder, which is probably what I'm taking. There's also a Caustic Bronco and an Unearth. I don't think I hate Unearth in this deck. I guess it gets Gut back, Tursa, Young Power Man. Yeah, it does enough. But I really like the Legion Extruder, and even if I don't have another artifact to pump into it, even like I took the Magda, which can, I can also just sack it to my Gut. So, all right. Pirate Spellbomb is a burn spell that sacks to my Gut, so I think that's what we're gonna take. I wouldn't if I had the Flays or like Mom, I would take the Sacred Foundry, obviously, but I don't. So let's just take the Pirate Spellbomb. Okay, well, I think I'm just gonna. I'm not necessarily interested in Draconautics Engineer. I know it's not. I've lost to this card, a couple times, both in the Vintage Cube on Arena and in my cube. But I just don't want to do it. I'm gonna take this Mox Opal. Maybe we get enough artifacts. Maybe we don't. Either way, I don't really care that much. Smuggler's Copter Wield. That is a gift. We are gonna take that. I wouldn't mind the Furnace. I wouldn't mind the Furnace because you can sack it to Gut. I was just confirming that. But yeah, we're going to take Smuggler's Copter. I don't really want any of these. So it's like, do I want to take the chance of not getting, like, take this out so I don't get cheesed? Or, because, like, if you switch cards, like, you shouldn't switch cards, like, that aren't in the cube. So you don't lose the cards that you hate drafted or whatever. Or do I want Stern Scolding? I think I'm just going to take out this Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, I'm going to take the playable. Also, it's our first 1-drop creature. No, we have 2 1-drop creatures now, which is nice for the Smuggler's Copter and Gut. I don't... I'm just going to take this as removal. I don't want to play this. Alright, last pack. I'm really excited we for the first time, have 8 human drafters. That's so exciting for me. Okay, Dothy Voidwalker... Sheoldred... Ooh, Ragavan. I probably am supposed to take Ragavan here. There's a Blackcleave Cliffs that I'm just going to pray wheels at this point. Maybe I'm supposed to just take the... But this is a... So Sheoldred's kind of meh, in my opinion, in this deck, because I'm not abusing her. Like, I have the Knight's Whisper that'll, like, gain me 2 life, I guess, but I'm not abusing her. So it's Ragavan is just a 1-drop that's very powerful. I could technically dash it on turn 1 if I have the Chrome Mox. I'm going to take the Ragavan. I don't know if there's very many cards that I take over a Rakdos dual land there, but Ragavan, I think, correctly is one of them. Also, notably, the black and red cycle creatures are gone, because I was in pack 1. Okay, Kolgan's Command is very nice. So is Flame Slash. I'm going to hope that Generous Plunder or Feared Wheel. There's also Figure Destiny. Like, there's a lot of cards in here that I want. I think Kolgan's Command is arguably the best of them. I have a ton of 1-drops. Like, I do like this Flame Slash, but the Kolgan's Command just does a lot for us, so let's take it. That's an Ancient Tomb. That is nice. There's also a Necromancy. I hate that there's 2 of these duels here. Yeah, that ship has sailed. Yeah, I mean, Tursa. We don't have a ton. Ah, man. Yeah, we don't have a whole lot, but like there's nothing else in here that I really want outside of like maybe the necromancy, which I don't think is really for us anyways. So let's take the ancient tomb. Oh, blood crypt, nice. There's also demonic tutor. So I was saying earlier they kind of put the kibosh on like printing overly busted cards. They were doing this. They did demonic tutor, and I know it's a Strixhaven card, but they did stuff like that on the client before they made Timeless, which is basically vintage on Arena, kind of like how Explorer is a pioneer on Arena. So I don't think that they're going to be printing cards like Demonic Tutor, um, aka restricted reserveless, or not reserveless, sorry, restricted vintage cards like Channel, Demonic Tutor, etc. At least not for a while, because now that Timeless exists, I don't think they want to expose that uh, too soon. They did come. WotC did come out and say like they don't want to put power and duels on their client yet for that very reason as well. Let's take the Blood Crypt. Ooh, starting town is a Rakdos land. So is Savai Triumph. Maybe that wheels, but we're gonna take this Rakdos land here. Spirited Simulacrum's nice. Unholy Heat would be nice on the wheel. Let's take this. Ooh, Dark Ritual. Dark Rituals. Oh, but there's also Deep Cavern Bat and Fable passes and Lelia. What is this? This is pick 6. I mean, I'm gonna take the Dark Ritual, but I'm not like happy about it, which seems stupid. But yeah, that's crazy. Um, okay, this is a black red land. Now we don't have a fetch, but I'm not playing Entomb at this point, and I don't want to play this 4-drop. I have enough 4-drops in my opinion. Am I supposed to just play the? I'm gonna play it. Okay, so now we have Dark Confidant. I like that. Our only like really big punishers are Pyrokinesis and Virtue Persistence. I think I like that better. I definitely don't want Seething Song. Like I can't abuse it unless I like play like 2 smaller things, and I'd rather just curve out at that point. Opposition Agent's nice for taking fetches, and that's about it right now. And Vampire Hexmage, we're not Dark Depths combo, so let's just take the Dark Confidant. Okay, Blackcleave Cliffs did wheel. That is a gift. Okay, so do we want the 1-drop or the 2-drop? The 2-drop does get us card selection. I think I like that better. We're just gonna make someone's... Oh, you know what? No, I really don't want to play against this Baleful Strix. The rest of these are kind of fine. Um, as we saw too, there are arena only cards on here as well. I think is a pretty fair compromise to not having power yet. Some of them are really nice, like Tajik being indestructible, Haster 4-drop that just makes it just conjures cards directly into play and attacking when it goes to combat, which is really nice, depending on how many counters he gets, and he gives himself counters. Um, there's Jewel Mine Overseer, which is comes into play, makes 7 dwarves, put them in your deck, shuffle, and then it exiles the top card of your deck, so it's like card draw, and then obviously the 7 dwarves replace themselves when you ETB them as well, which is really cool. I'm glad that for once I'm not the one tying us up. Okay, so I know I said I wasn't gonna take any more 4-drops, but I'm not gonna play any of these other cards, so I might as well take the pup because not the pup, the chupacabra. I mean, I guess it's a beast. It's kind of like a dog, right? But anyways, so I'm not gonna play any of these at this point. I don't need the white splash. I'm just not gonna play a 3rd color. Unfortunate. Well, I guess I wasn't gonna play the Moxople anyways, but it definitely didn't come together. Okay, this is a land that can do something else. I need to stop doing that. We're not gonna play Unmarked Grave. I'm gonna let someone have Narset. I think we're aggro enough that yeah, let's just do that. I might regret letting someone have last pick Narset, but we'll see. Like there's days I'm doing, but there's like no Time Twister or Wheel of Fortune. So that is something. But yeah, I'm going to put this deck together, and I'll see you at the deck tech. Alright, so this is what I ended up going with. I ended up moving the Duress to the sideboard. I'm also not playing the Talisman of Indulgence. Damnation and Virtue of Persistence are also in the sideboard. I'm not too certain about that, But I had to make cuts, and I decided to go with these. Notably, like Fiery Confluence is a little bit more offensive than a Damnation can be, so I went with that flexibility over those two. Fire Magic, even if it just kills one thing, that's still fine if it's a shock. But oftentimes it can still be a sweeper, even at 1 mana. So that's this being 1 mana is the big reason why I kept it in over the Damnation. Although obviously it can upscale. So, but like if our opponent has like Ocelot Pride or something, I'm gonna really wish I had the Fire Magic earlier than maybe a Damnation is my logic. Other than that, I kind of hope. Oh, actually, I did have one more big thing. Where is it? I had Ancient Tomb? Oh, here it is. I don't know why I couldn't read that. Ancient Tomb. Yeah, I ended up not playing the Ancient Tomb. There's just not a whole lot of abuse I can have with it. And since my dual lands aren't the greatest, I don't have like fetches or anything. And if you notice, some of my cards that I can use the Ancient Tomb with, they're double red, double black. If I bring in the Damnation, double black. So it's hard to use an Ancient Tomb and be able to cast both of these without having exactly Blackcleave Cliffs and Blood Crypt to do so. So, with that said, that's why I made the decisions I did. I'm not saying it's correct, but I had to make something. Oh, also with Ancient Tomb, Dark Confidant is a real cost. So, starting town, I'm not too worried about with the life gain or life loss. You usually only have to use it 1 to 3 times, I would say on average. If at all. I've definitely had this in my deck and I've never had to use it for the color, but obviously we were pretty desperate. I do think that maybe I should be playing one more swamp, but the biggest punish is the Torok, but hopefully we just don't draw like mono mountains. Hopefully we can draw some of our dual lands, but we'll see. I'm excited either way, and I'll see you at round one. Welcome to round one. I am playing Ross, which seems to be a theme in my cube that I play Ross round one a lot. Ross normally likes to play white X decks. Let's see, 2 lands and a Ragavan turn one. That's not nothing. If I can top deck a Dark Ritual, we can play this Torok. That'd be nice too. So yeah, let's do this. If I had, I guess Snuff Out technically is a card I could play after Dragon Rage. I was gonna say if I had like an instant or sorcery I could play with the Dragon Rage, I might lead with that and then go Ragavan. Ross, I believe, won the. I wasn't paying attention. I think Ross won the die rolls, so I think they're first. So I'm gonna see what they do. If if I had won the die roll, I think I would lead with Ragavan and then just like turn 2 Dragon Rage and then play the swamp so I can actually enable the Snuff Out. Okay. I wish this was another black source, but that's fine. This is a oh yeah, the Desert Sinnoh. Okay, yeah. Let's just play the Ragavan. Force him to have removal now. Because remember, I can go Dragon Rage into Snuff Out because of the swamp and get an attack through, but it looks like they have removal. Hopefully it's a path and we get to put a swamp into play. Oh, nope, they're just looking at it. Okay, that's fine. That's totally fine. Blood Crypt is another black source. Let's go. And so now next turn I can Torok. Yeah, I'm not casting that. I want this as a black source so I can go Torok next turn. Ross might be confused as to why I did that. I meant to cast my Evolved Sleeper. I got ahead of myself. For those pointing that out, that's why. I am not, however, going to cast the Torok into counter magic. So let's just see what they do first. They're probably going to flash in like the Aven. Oh no. Okay, well now I might cast something of Ross's. Mana Tithe. That's awesome. I hope he's laughing as well. Let's lead with Dark Confidant, see what they want to do. Resolves. I don't want to play into a Wrath of God at this point. Let's just play the Blood Crypt tapped and pass. Okay, so I don't know if this is blue-white or if it's actually supposed to be Esper. I don't think Ross is playing 3 colors. Wow, Ross just has every blue land in the game. Or blue-white land in the game. Okay, hopefully I just hit a land here, which I did. That's great. Ooh, a Chupacabra. Okay, let's bait out the counterspell. No? Okay, I don't know what... I mean, I guess I wish I just played this Torok. I don't know what else Ross has or is doing, because I think he would reprieve or, like, anything there. Let's see what Ross does. Maybe it's just more lands. Ross did bolt this in, right? Or shock this in, right? Yeah, that was another land. Oh, Abandoned Air Temple, nice. Um, we have so much mana. I'm gonna keep this in my hand. And Ross knows about it, so not playing it, like, he knows what's going on, but... Consult. Okay. Yeah. At this point, I think I am just going to play the Torok next turn after attacking and see what Ross wants to do. Because, like, I'm probably only going to be able to make them discard one card at this point because I waited so long. Okay. Cut down. That's nice for flash creatures. I mean, this is lethal. They have to do something. Oh, okay, that's fine. That is fine. And then I discard the rest of their hand. Nice. I'm just going to go as wide as possible. Like, if they have a Wrath of God, they have a Wrath of God. It's probably not correct for me to play this season Pyromancer, but here we are. Okay, there we go. Yeah, I guess Ross's really awkward hand paid off for him, but because I didn't play the Torok faster, and he just didn't have a counterspell after all. And that's good to note for next game. I'm probably not going to play around anything other than a Mana Tithe next turn, or next game, I mean. I didn't see too much. I do think that where is it? I'm all over the place. The cut down is good enough still. I think I'm gonna cut the fire magic and maybe play the damnation specifically. I guess the virtue persistence is not a bad one. Let's play the virtue, even though it makes the dark confidant a little bit worse. Dark confidant, by the way, was fire. That was very strong, very good outing for that card. Well, this is unfortunately not a keep. If this was like, if any of these cards that weren't Dark Ritual or Swamp or Liliana, I probably keep this. But seeing as they aren't, I'm not going to. Okay. This hand's kind of awkward, but I'm still going to keep it. So let's keep 6. Let's put back the Copter. Because, like, I don't want to... Do I... Yeah, let's put back the Copter. Is the Copter or the Dark Confidant? I'm going to put back the Copter because I need a creature in play to make it good. Okay, that is annoying, but maybe I can just Ragavan here and then play the tapped Proving Ground, kill his... Hopefully they only have one untapped blocker. And then I can get something in and then use, potentially, depending on what I hit, I can use the Treasure and the Mountain to cast the Dark Confidant. Okay. Looks like they are passing. Let's play this. Now, this still plays around Mana Tithe and Reprieve, although Reprieve is going to make me pay 4 more life, unfortunately. They probably steal the top card of my deck. They do not. That's something. That means this is probably dying. Yeah, okay. You know what? Trading with Ophelia is fine. I am totally okay with that. And now next turn we have Kolgan's Command to potentially kill and get back Ragavan. Guide of Souls, yep, that's a good Kolgan's Command target. Retrofitter's also a good Kolgan's Command target. Let's just play the Mountain, and then when they fetch, I'll Kolgan's Command to play around the Mana Tithe. Please fetch, Ross, thank gosh. Alright. Just 2-for-1 Ross here around Mana Tithe. And then now we can set up a Dark Confidant, hopefully draw some swamps. That is a swamp. They're going to reprieve the draw card, and then I get to replay the Dark Confidant. Hopefully that's what happens. Because I'd rather than reprieve when it quote-unquote doesn't matter. Oh, interesting. Okay, I wonder if Ross misread this. Maybe he thought it was Mana Leak. Like maybe he didn't read it and he just remembered or thought he remembered that it was Mana Leak. Okay, this is a new card I just added. I'm excited to see how this goes. It is going to turn into a 4-3, but hopefully we can kill it with Shatter Skull Smashing soon. Ooh. Let's attack. I'm just going to... I don't want to discard this Torok, though. Let's play the Magda. And we're going to play this as a land so I can get down Liliana. I'm not going to discard, though.
Happy to help, but I'm taking the credit when we win.
And the next turn, I'm just going to jam this Torok. I can play around a Mana Tithe. Hopefully they don't have anything else as far as interacting with the Torok, because the Torok will be difficult to deal with once it's on the board. Okay. That's annoying, because now I have to basically sacrifice my Magda if they play another creature. Ooh, what are you bouncing? The Magda or the Dark Confidant? Hopefully they bounce the Dark Confidant. They probably bounced the Dark Confidant. Bouncing the Magda with 5? With 5 lands? I don't know if I agree with that, because if I have Swamp here off the top... Oh, that's even cooler. I don't want to discard any of my cards. The Dark Confidant obviously can kill me here, but I'm going to hope that it doesn't. Alright. How many 1/1s do you want to make? This is really exciting. Okay. Yep. That's a really good combination. That's really cool. Yeah, that's not good for me. Luckily, Pyrogoyf's going to be able to deal with that as it's a 5/6. I may have to deal with the Prairie, though. Really, Ross? Alright. Please just hit a land. Okay, that's fine. Not the end of the world. Okay. Let's kill that. I should have. If okay, I was gonna say if I get mana tithe here, I'm gonna be so mad. I should have made them discard. I guess they just draw in response, but still.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Hmm. Okay, I'm glad I made them discard that. They should have definitely drawn in response. Like if they play land here, I mean I don't know, but oh yeah, that's really good. Yep, yep. I'm okay. They're attacking me. Wait, I can't block. I didn't know that. Okay, yeah, I didn't know that. All right, let's do this. Um, well, that's what we get for not reading, but that's fine. I definitely just want all the removal I can get. Basically, everything removes. So I guess I cut the smuggler. All right. Well, at least Ross and I always usually have really good games. It's unfortunate that obviously Snuff Out starting us at 16 life was kind of brutal. Okay, I am gonna keep a turn one Liliana of the Veil, like I said for game two. That seems fine. But anyways, obviously the Dark Confidant hitting like Pyrogoyf and stuff there, which was the top of our outside of Virtue, which I boarded in. It's kind of the top of our thing.
Don't overthink things.
All right, and at this point, if I draw a land, I'm just gonna play the Torok. Okay, they have plenty of lands. That's unfortunate for me. But hopefully we can just pop this. I have to draw a mountain anyways in order to play this, and if I have a mountain, I'd rather play Torok or Fear. Because the way this is worded, I can draw the card if I have no cards. Okay, I'm probably going to make them sack that. Can I please draw a land?
Haven't you ever heard of personal space?
Alright, what 3-drop is Ross casting? I have 16 lands and a Shatter Skull Smashing, I believe, so it's pretty unfortunate I haven't drawn a second land yet. Okay, that's fine. Hopefully I draw a land here. I mean, I'll even take the Proving Ground, honestly. At least then I know I can play a card next turn. Unfortunate.
I'm tired of your secrets.
Just play the Pirate Spellbomb. At least Ross has to put 2 threats into play, otherwise I get to just kind of kill it with the Lily. Alright, that's going to bounce the Evolved Sleeper probably. Yep. It's unfortunate. Please draw a land. I'm going to make Ross lose life again. Let's see what he does. One top, one bottom. So I'm going to lose probably a lot here. Oh, no, just 2. Interesting. Okay, well, unfortunately, this comes into play tapped. That's brutal. Um, yeah, I'm going to play the Evolved Sleeper and just not discard, I think. I should have just discarded the Evolved Sleeper. Because Ross isn't mono white, I'm just going to make them discard their last card. Okay, I'm happy. That's a really strong card. I will trade that with a Torok. Now I can kill the Teferi. Potentially. If I draw a land here, it's not going to be the end of the world. Okay, I can just do kind of all of it. I'm probably going to... I am going to do it one more time. Okay, I was about to say, they top twice. It's kind of brutal, but... Dang, okay, I'm probably not doing it anymore now.
Off you go.
And here, I'm just going to level up, kill the Teferi, and then play the Rag. Alright. This isn't the worst board state I've ever been in, but Ross will be drawing cards from now on. Mother of Runes is annoying, but whatever. I can just kill it with this Pirate Spell Bomb. That's so brutal. Nice, Ross.
Drop it.
Well, I can't kill both their things, so let's just do this. See what they want to do. They should block the Ragavan, yeah. I can see what they do as far as... Yeah, because this is colorless. This doesn't give protection from colorless. And I can just instep this. Oh, yeah, I should have let that happen first. But Ross will be drawing a card. Alright, I doubt they can play both of these and not have any cards left in their hand. Okay, that makes sense. This is going to be kind of weird, but I'm going to attack with this, force them to tap their... It's not forcing them, but I want to see what they do with that last card before I act. Because like if they flash in another creature like an Ademi, which I think is gone, but yeah, if they have like the Aven guy, like I really want to protect my Lily if I can. Okay, they didn't do anything. Interesting. Retro is brutal. I really need a Kolgan's Command. I need a Kolgan's Command pretty quickly here. This is a great game. Yep, and they even make this to get around the sacking of Lily. Draw your card. This is so brutal when the game goes on late and I don't have an answer for it. Hopefully I just draw Colgan's Command here. That would make me very happy. Night's Whisper is not the worst. Yeah, why not? I mean, I don't want to discard it. Okay. I'll just make them discard their card, hopefully. Nice. Yeah, I think without any of my control cards coming off the top quickly, I think Ross is going to take this game. All right, he gets to attack. I get to force him to tap 3 mana to do this, because if I do this, he just turns it into a flyer. So I need to do this. It sucks that I can't. I was hoping that Ross would miss that and that I would be able to ult the Lily here, because getting rid of these 2 artifacts would be really nice. Dark Confidant. They probably just let's see what they do, I guess. But and I think I am going to attack because assuredly they sack the 1/1 into a flyer, and I can block the Kytheon with my Dark Confidant because I don't really want to just take 4 or something off the top here. So let's attack. I think it's safe to do so, or as safe as it's gonna get. Yep, they do make the flyer as they should, and now they're about to have a 4/4, unfortunately. The good thing though is that unless they attack with just the 1/1, they will spend. They will. I guess they don't need to, but they will probably spend 3 more mana with the Kytheon, which will strand another card in their hand. I almost wonder if Ross should have just cast the Enduring Curiosity and let the Kytheon die, or Kytheon die, however you want to pronounce it. I don't think Ross should attack with the Kytheon. I don't think that's correct. Like I'm kind of, I mean, not literally, but like it feels pretty close to a time walk. Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, that's frustrating. I think Ross is gonna get this one. Not having a solid blocker for the Kytheon moving forward is brutal. I really hope I draw like Damnation exactly. Damnation would be a really nice way to clean this up. Also, if Ross keeps putting lands to the bottom, there comes a point where I may just go, like if I'm about to die anyways, I may just mill him out. Oh, well, you're definitely going to be drawing with that. Ooh, a gut. Hmm. This is tough. I don't know if it's better to make them sack a creature, because they sack the Kytheon then. Or the Kytheon. Yeah, I need to make them sack a creature, unfortunately. Because remember, this becomes a 4/4. So they're probably going to give up the Kytheon. Either way, I want the... Oh, they sack that. Interesting. Now I get to make a 4/1. That might have been enough to turn this around. We'll see. It definitely is not over. Ocelot, that's kind of brutal. Ocelot is very brutal. Interesting doing that sorcery speed, which tells me they probably don't have anything, or Ross knows that I would think that. Either way, here I am gonna let Lily tick down. Her -2 does basically nothing at this point, and she's definitely not ulting anymore. I hate first strike because now my skeleton can't attack. Wrath of God, that's funny. No! I think that's game over. That's so brutal. I just added this to the cube too right before we started. All right. I gotta hope that Ross has four or less CMC left in his deck. That's like my only real out. I think I'm officially dead otherwise. Like I could draw, I guess, actual factual damnation, and that's it. Oh, you know what? No, 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 no. I have. Oh no, yeah, because they're gonna get another dude. Yeah. Okay. No, I have to mill them now. I have to lose life and mill them. Yes! Oh, sorry, that was loud, but I'm so glad that paid off. Oh, that's incredible. That's incredible. That was good. That was so good. All right, I'll see you next round. Hello and welcome back to round 2. I am playing Salim. I think the last time I played Salim, he played like a black base reanimator esque deck. So we'll see. We have a turn 1 Liliana, and we have a second land to go with it. That's exciting. Um, yeah, let's keep this. I think I'm gonna discard the Smuggler's Copter. I'm laughing just because like it's funny how. Oh wow, yeah, we're definitely gonna make them sack that. So since I drew the mountain, I'm actually gonna discard the mountain. Next turn, depending. Obviously, now that I'm making them sack. Sorry, I had to reset my brain. I apologize. I didn't think that they were gonna have a turn 1 play. Okay. Oh, nothing? Okay, that's good for us. Okay, so now let's uptick, see what happens. I don't want to get rid of the burn spell. Maybe I just get rid of the seasoned, but that seems wrong. I'm gonna get rid of the smuggler's copter and keep the Magda and play the Magda here. Okay, they got rid of crop rotation. That makes me happy. They're probably the Dark Depths deck then. Oh, I think Salim might be playing the Titania. That would be interesting if they were. So normally I'd play Pyrite Spellbomb here in case they have a flash creature like a Tashana's. Not that they would have that because Ross has it. But because they... let's see. I guess I could play off of the... I could still play young or seasoned off of the treasure. I think I'm going to give up on the blood crypt. Let's see what they do. And this way, if they do somehow put in like a really, really big creature, I can still use my Liliana to sack. Okay. Then here, let's just discard the Blood Crypt and then play the Seasoned Pyromancer and draw 2 cards. I probably should have just shocked in the Pyro. Oh, that's actually a nice discard. The Blood Crypt, but I think this is fine. I'll draw Swamps eventually. Not that I necessarily want them. I don't even have the Torok right now. They have a counterspell. They have a counterspell. Yep. Annoying, but that's fine. We still have a ticking Liliana. And this can get more tokens. And if they play a small creature, I can hit it with Pirate Spellbomb. I mean, I guess we're 3 lands to 3 lands, and I have 3 other permanents, so I guess I'm winning the board, or it's obvious that I'm winning the board, but I don't know. Ooh. Oh, they didn't warp it. Okay. I think they're at enough life they should have just warped it, but... Do I trade the Magda? Let's see what they do here. I don't want to give them the option. Okay, yeah. I don't want to give them the option. So let's just trade them the Magda, and then I can make 2 1/1s. It does mean my double black spells are going to be turned off probably, but it's probably best if I just didn't attack at all, actually. But then they attack the Lily. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I might have messed up that turn, but hopefully Salim doesn't just like play a... Okay, Kennen is fine. I was going to say a Titania would be annoying because they have the Windswept Heath. I'm going to see what I draw first. Let's just use the treasure. That's funny. Oh, that punishes me for doing the treasure. So with that said, let's downtick then. Or no. Let's attack. Attack all. Just pop this fire magic uptick. And that way I can maybe set them back on lands. And I don't want to draw with Pyrite. I don't want to like get 2 cards in my hand and then can't play one of them. Okay, that's fine. I'm going to kill this now. And then now I have Lily ult. So yeah, I'm happy with the way this game turned out. I don't necessarily want to say I'm happy with the way I played it, because I do think that one turn was kind of meh, but... Let's see what I draw before I commit to the Lily. Let's just put them on 3 lands.
See your love flashing before your very eyes? Good.
Alright, do you want your creature, or do you want 2 islands and a forest? I know I kind of sped through that. I think that's the best pile. I'm not willing to sit here for a long time and, figure it out. I don't... There's things that could punish me. I think that's the best route, because I have Pyrogoyf to kill the Delighted Halfling now. I have Dash into Pyrogoyf to kill the Delighted Halfling now. Oh, this is 7/8. Nice. Let's just play this. and go face at this point. Now they have to deal with two things with 4 mana. It's unlikely. Alright, game 2. I think I am going to bring in Duress against this deck. We did see quite a few instants and sorceries, or non-creatures, that I would like to be able to deal with. Don't really see much else I care about. Damnation can help with... You know, maybe... Damnation can help with, like, a Titania. I don't know if he has Titania or not, but it's likely. Actually, I do think... Never mind. I do think Titania... Salim told me he pack 3, pick 1, the Titania. So I think he does have Titania. That or he's trolling me. Either way, I was about to say I was about to put it in anyways, just in case. They do seem to be like a mid-range green deck, or a green base deck. So I do think that upgrading Fire Magic into Damnation is good. That got double clicked in. Don't need that. And I don't think I like the Torok against them. Let's cut the Torok. I mean, turn 1 Ragavan, turn 2 Legion if they only play 1 creature. Or I can play Dark Confidant or Night's Whisper. I mean, I'm going to keep this. Yeah, it seems strong. Okay. Let's take a damage. It will be kind of annoying if they play like okay, that's fun. Oh no, they're gonna make it a 3/3. That's so savage for us. Okay, so I was gonna say if they play like a 6 or something that I can't kill, but I think this is annoying because they have an island and that could represent a lot of things. So like if I attack and they have a spell pierce, it's gonna be really bad for my Legion Extruder. Let's see if Legion Extruder resolves. Okay, it did instantly. So I kind of regret not attacking with Ragavan first, because then I could have killed, but I didn't know that at the time. Eventually, hopefully I draw a 3rd land so I can hit Ravenous Chupacabra on the Bristly Bill. Hopefully they don't divide too quickly. Yep. Gemstone Cavern's another way to kind of cheat mana, which is nice. Ooh, okay. Did they float? They forgot to float. Oh, Strip Mine. Okay, that's going to take out the red source, unfortunately. Yeah, okay. Dark Ritual off the top would be a banger draw. Oh, I saw a black 1 mana. Yeah, let's play Dark Confidant. And then next turn I can Night's Whisper. This lets us see the most amount of cards. And at this point, if they attack with Bristly Bill, I will just block with Ragavan, probably, because that means that they have another creature to block with. Yeah. I'm going to assume that Salim is not bad at Magic and that they have a follow-up creature. Now, of course, this means that they don't have to play that creature. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, now they can leave up counter spells, which is annoying. Okay, we do have Houston, we have Launch. That is nice. I don't want to play the Fear because I don't want to get rid of any of these. I'm just going to play the Night's Whisper, and hopefully they just run out their counterspell while they have it. Nope, they did not. Okay. Well. I'm just going to block. I think I'm just the control player at this point. I don't want to take 6 and then like take 4 and then basically be out of the game. I really hate that I have to play Dark Ritual first if I want to play around like a miscalc effect. Let's see what they do. Hopefully they don't have anything. Looks like they do. I will probably discard Pyrokinesis. Oh, that's so brutal. To finish my thought, I'll probably discard Pyrokinesis to this FOMO. They just haven't been playing any dorks. If they had dorks, they would have been playing them, I feel. Yeah, I think this game's slipping away. Bristly Bill just got too big, too fast. If Salim decides to watch this later, he's going to see the cut down and just be like super happy he played it the way he did. Yep, FOMO is an enchantment, unfortunately. I think Salim has this one. I mean, Damnation still gets me out of it. I wish it shows. I'm sure it, like, I don't know if this flickers or not, like if you shuffle or not, regardless. But I wish they programmed this a little bit better to say shuffle or no shuffle. Let's see if they counter this before I do anything. Okay. Because my best draw is Damnation, I'm just going to block now. Because if I draw Damnation, it's going to kill my gut anyways. Alright, come on, Damnation. That's not a Damnation. Alright. Well, whether I like it or not, I'm only getting one more turn, so... Let's see if I peel Damnation exactly. Hopefully... Okay, I was going to say... Oh, well, nope, that's not going to do it. Yeah, that's too bad. Death Strip Mine might have been just enough. Okay, so I don't want to lose to a Bristly Bill again. That literally soloed me. I guess Snuff Out was also an out. Maybe Fiery Confluence isn't necessary. Yeah, Bristly Bill just literally just soloed me there. That was brutal, and the crop rotation helped do it. That's why I really like things like Flame Slash. So passing up on that Flame Slash in the draft was a real cost. It's not guaranteed that I would have had it in the deck, obviously, but or in the game, but it definitely would have been in the deck. That is for sure. Okay, yeah, this we're gonna keep. Salim did Mulligan. Hopefully they don't play a turn one Tameo or Llanowar Elf. I'm gonna play Ragavan. I am drawing Ragavan a lot lately. I don't have removal yet to quote unquote protect its attack. Of course, I top deck it anyways. Let's see what happens here. Spell Snare, okay. Let's just play my two things, and then because next turn I can play Gut. Probably sacking the Evolved Sleeper. Okay, I think this game might be over. I don't want to count my chickens, but I'm counting my chickens. Yep. Salim also counted said chickens. Oh, that was good. I'll see you in game three. Or round three, I mean. Welcome to round three. We are playing against Nick. Let's see which one of us gets the 3-0, because I believe Nick is the other 2-0. Let's play first. Yeah, turn one Ragavan into either Dark Confidant or Legion Extruder. Let's do it. I think it's the first time we've seen Blackcleave Cliffs be relevant. So it's nice to be able to see more cards of our deck. But yeah, if they play a creature, okay, yep, I'm just going to attack before I do anything else, even playing land because I don't have any instant speed effects. See what happens. Currency Converter, sure, why not? And then now let's play Dark Confidant. I don't really have anything I care to ramp into, and yes, I could make 3/3s with the extruder with the with the treasure. I'm not interested in that right now. Okay, now I will play the land first. Let's see what they do. Okay, I'm not complaining. Alright, they hit a land. Let's FOMO because I can discard this land to get currency converter value. I guess I can just make a 2/2. Hmm. Yeah, let's make a 2/2. And then now I can play. Oh no, I already played my land. Okay. Now I'm just gonna Legion Extruder hit him in the face. Let's just get Nick dead as soon as possible. I don't know if this is a reanimate deck or what. I will make a 2/2 end of turn. Okay, it looks. I mean, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a reanimate deck, but. Alright. Yep. Nick's doing the math. He knows about the fiery confluence. Alright. I didn't see much, but I have a feeling that there have non-creature spells based on them not playing any creatures. Let's just swap out Fire Magic for Duress and go from there. Turn 1 Ragavan has been really nice. Hitting their currency converter also really nice for the record. Let's see if we can get turn 1 Liliana this time. And just keep on the theme of turn 1 Ragavan or turn 1 Lilianas all day. Oh, I was going to say I got it, but I don't have black. You know what? Because if we hit Swamp, which is our least color, it just turns on both of these. I think I will keep this. Like one Swamp we can kind of pop off. I think that's worth. I was gonna say if I just top decked it right there, that'd be so nice, wouldn't it? I would have loved a Raucous Theater. We didn't get. We had to pass this Verdant Catacomb. I think there was a Wooded Foothills in the same pack, but we didn't take either. All right, I'm very confused. Sure, I'll play Dragon Rage Channeler. I don't want to just. I would have played the Legion Extruder just to do something, but I don't want to just play it to shock just cause if I have another option. Let's just kill that. I should have waited actually because if I draw a swamp, I didn't have to do that. Okay, you know what? No, I forgot about exactly Dragon Rage Channeler. Never mind. I think that was smart. Just to hopefully hit a swamp here. Um, the fear is a. Oh my god, that's brutal. Fear is a redraw, so I'd rather just get rid of it. Honestly, so I don't have to get rid of one of my other cards. I want all of these cards. Oh my gosh, yep. Well, bye bye Dark Ritual. Nick's very good at this game. He's going to take the Dark Ritual, knowing that Turok doesn't do anything and I can't cast the other two. I mean, I guess I can hard cast this, but it doesn't do anything. Yeah, let's play this gut. Sack this. At least, oh my gosh. Yep. I mean, we have a card to kill with the snuff out now. Yeah, imagine if I had this swamp though. I think this game is just over, not close. But it is what it is. I kept it. It was worth not even a swamp for this snuff out. That's funny. I'm gonna take so much damage here. Nice. I'm just gonna scoop that up. I didn't do the math, but I'm sure it's a lot. 8, 9, 10, 11 plus 7 is 18 if I counted that correctly. Alright, so Nick does play creatures. That's good to know. Let's take out the duress. Let's take out the Torok. Oh, that's 40. Okay, yeah, cool. Awesome. Sorry, I thought I had to do one more. The Rakdos like talisman is noticeable or notable, but I at the end of the day I'm just not gonna play it. I'd rather just hope that I get lucky and curve out. I don't want to curve into talisman when I'm not playing a super high range deck or high CMC deck, however you want to say that. Hmm. I'll keep it. Okay, that makes me feel a little bit better. Oh, there's my troll. I wonder if my Oliphant went to Nick as well. Okay. Tursa is actually nice. It's the first time we've seen that one. I will probably Vault Knight's Whisper though next turn. I don't need to Tursa yet. I can't even activate her. Like I can't even trigger her yet. The second ability, of course, not the first. That's annoying. Yep. Nick's not gonna block, but like, what am I gonna do? Yep. Almost messed up there. I do need to hit a land for this Pyrogoyf, hopefully. Kolgan's Command's not gonna do it. Dark Ritual, does that do it? Probably not. But I can race, theoretically. Oh, I can just Damnation now. It's really annoying that it discarded 2 lands and didn't draw lands. I know I made that decision, but it doesn't make it any less frustrating. Hmm. And we're going to have 1 mana left over after this. Let's see what Dragon Rage Channeler sees. Ragavan. Let's just get rid of that. Yeah, no, still 1 mana short. That's so frustrating. Hopefully they can't reanimate it again, and then next turn I can play Tarsa and hopefully do something. If they grief, it's going to be annoying. Okay, that's equally annoying. That, yeah. Well, there goes Pyrogoyf and Gut. Okay, that leaves me Tarsa. Oh. I get to keep the Pyrogoyf? Oh, because I didn't have 4 mana, duh. That makes sense. But we're going to play this now because I can top deck a land next turn and play both my threats. Let's just kill this, whatever. Luckily, Fury can't kill the Pyrogoyf. They can reanimate Troll if they have another reanimate, unfortunately. That's annoying. And Snuff Out's gone. Discard up to 2 cards. Should discard the Confidant. That's annoying. Alright, maybe I'll get Dark Ritual and get to do both. Come on. That's not the one I wanted. It's whatever. Yeah, I think Nick might get this, unfortunately, especially if he has removal here. Like Bitter Triumph. Bitter Triumph's so backbreaking. I think he's paying cost for Bitter Triumph. Yep. Okay, so I'm probably just dead now because he chose not to block the Tursa. So I assume that means that I'm dead because this also gives trample, doesn't it? Or is it just haste? Oh, it's just haste. Okay, so theoretically, if I draw land, I can season. Oh, is that lethal? 8? No, it's 1 short of lethal. Oh no, yeah, it is lethal. Good game, Nick. Good game. Yeah, that was brutal. Oh well, I still had a lot of fun, and hopefully you did too. All right, welcome to some bonus content. I'm playing against Curtis. I am on the play, and I will be keeping this. This is actually pretty nice. It's gonna be kind of awkward because I do want to play this Dragon Rage Channeler turn 1. So I don't know when I'm going to get this Zeator's Proving Ground in, but it being a tap land is going to probably matter here a lot. Esper Sentinel. Okay, well, I guess I'm just going to play FOMO then. Let's see if they want to block. I'm offering the... Typically, if the person offers the trade, it's... I mean, I don't know what's in Curtis's hand, obviously. But typically, yeah, I don't know if I like that block from Curtis's side. Because, like, I'm... At worst, regardless of how you want to think about it, I'm willing to take that trade. That should tell Curtis something. Yeah, let's discard this. Hopefully that doesn't punish me. You know what? Actually, that's another black source, even though it's tapped. So yeah, let's discard the mountain and play that and go from there. Anyways, point being is that should tell Curtis that might be a problematic permanent for me. Ooh, okay. Well, luckily we have Ravenous Chupacabra for that. Hmm. It's Knight's Whisper. Okay, we got the swamp, but I'm still gonna play this because it doesn't matter. Let's not attack. Curtis probably just attacks me for 2. Oh, killing the fear. That's fine because now I have Chupacabra for the Johnny. Okay, that's kind of annoying, but it is what it is. Next turn, I have land Magda Liliana discard mountain. Robber of the Rich is getting blocked so fast. It's nice that they weren't able to get a card from the top of my deck, unless it's a land. Okay, it was not. That is actually a fantastic draw. So here, I'm just going to play Magda and leave up Kolgan's Command. And we know that Ross has the Mana Tithe because this is the same draft. Yeah, let's leave up Kolgan's Command, see what they do. And then next turn, maybe I can go land Lily into something else. Now I could have... Oh, okay, he does have the Tajik. That's annoying, but if I can kill 2 of his creatures... Yeah, 4... Shoot, no, I'm 1 mana short of doing it all. Let's resolve. Let's see how he attack. Oh, that's okay. Says first strike. This doesn't. Okay, so I get to just make him sacrifice this thing. That's actually really nice for me. 2 damage, and I think I want to get a card back. Do I want Fear or do I want Ravenous? I'll just get Ravenous back. Okay, well, if I would have known I was drawing a Snuff out, I wouldn't have done that play, but that's fine. Let's get rid of the Tajik. Really glad I didn't play Liliana. Okay, Elspeth's annoying. Yeah, really wish I had the FOMO now. Ooh. That only does 4 damage, though. Oh, that's brutal. That's brutal. But I don't want my Lily to die, so here we are. Yeah, Elspeth's probably going to kill me, unfortunately. There's not much I can do about that. And unfortunately, they can get back. They already could, but they can get back Flage. They know I have Chupacabra in my hand. Yeah, the FOMO might have been better. Damnation's definitely coming into the deck. Fire Magic's still a decent draw here. Fire Magic, a very good draw here. Oh, so I was, yeah, so Dark Ritual would have been a reason. No, because it would have been 2, 4. Yeah, Dark Ritual would have been enough to kill everything. Or kill the Lily, I mean. But that was literally a 1-outer, so. I don't know. I just don't think it matters. If I don't kill the Lily there, they get to pump and make this big and kill the Lily anyways, more than likely, and or hit me, and then yeah, so they'd kill the Lily regardless, actually, because they attack me with this, attack the Lily for 2, trigger this, and then hit the Lily for 2. Yep, that's gonna kill the Ravenous. Yeah, unfortunately, Elspeth just kind of won the game single-handedly there. Okay, I don't think that's correct. It can't attack yet anyways, and like outside of Unholy Heat, what's killing this? Sure. I don't want to show him anything else. Alright, Damnation coming in. I don't think I have any way to deal with the Elspeth, unfortunately, without attacking. But let's get in these. Let's get the Duress in. And I think that's it. Let's cut the Smugglers. I think I cut the Dark Confidant too, unfortunately. I don't know, it's not the easiest cut, but I think I like everything else in here better. It's too bad Fiery Confluence can't redirect damage anymore. Not the strongest hand, but sure. I can discard the Dark Ritual to the FOMO if I want to. Alright, Curtis mulliganed once. Alright, let's play this Evolved Sleeper. A Liliana would be a nice draw here still. Turok would just be a god draw. Okay, not a Torok. Let's just attack. I do want to diversify, I think. Okay, yep. I'm glad I didn't just pump. That's fine. Let's cast FOMO. Discarding Mountain, I think, is correct, because I have the Shatter Skull still if I want to. And this is basically my double black source right now. Okay, that's actually a nice draw. They have like a Johnny or something else to flood the board. That's exactly what I wanted. Alright, let's see what they do here. Awesome. That makes me so happy. Let's just get this out of bolt range. Nope, not out of bolt range. That's annoying. It's not even another black source, unfortunately. If they have Chain Lightning here, it's going to be really unfortunate. Okay, that's fine. If they had a creature, they would have played it. At least I have the second black for a creature if they have one now. Robber of the Rich, that's fine. Huh, they get to play Ragavan, that's cute. Let's... If they hit me with the Ragavan, that's fine. If they want to equip and let me chomp with the Ravenous Chupacabra, they're just dead. I don't think Kurt did the math. Yeah, Kurt didn't do the math. All right. Yeah, I think this is fine. Let's resubmit. Let's see what happens. Alright, well, not going to keep this. Not by the hair of my chinny chin chin. If there's a Dark Ritual, I might, but there isn't. Yeah, turn one Ragavan. I mean, they have other creatures, but you know what? I think I just play the Zerator proving. I'm obviously keeping this. Actually, I think I just get rid of the Ragavan. They have so many creatures. It's likely that this doesn't hit. If I was on the play, I'd keep the Ragavan because I have potential Virtue, but yeah, let's do this. If they play a creature, I can kill it with Virtue. If not, interesting. That's fine. I'm not going to Virtue that. I'd rather hopefully hit multiple things. Let's play this starting town while I can. Please don't have Tajik. Tajik would be brutal here. Okay. That's fine. Okay, that isn't a Johnny, but I'm gonna kill the Ajani first before I wipe the board. And luckily I can do that. If they have Reprieve here, that's gonna be very annoying. Because I didn't see Ross with it. Okay, I did die. That's good. Let's just pass the turn. When they attack... Oh, that's sick. I was gonna say if they had, I was gonna wait for the trigger, but at that point they were tapped out. Like, let's just do it now. Oh, Sarah's, that's so frustrating. Okay, that's brutally frustrating. I need like snuff out now. Oh no, okay. All right. I could potentially wrath the board next turn with minus or 3 damage to everything, and then finish off with Pirate Spellbomb. So hopefully they just play a Johnny and say go. I don't think they'll play the Cathar, but I don't know if they know that playing the Cathar to kill the Pirate Spellbomb like protects their Sarah's Paragon. I don't know how deep they're thinking. Theoretically, because of the Colgan's command, I guess I could have saved the Pirate Spellbomb. Oh, sword. That's brutal. Yep, and they're going to equip it to the Paragon because they're not dumb. Yep, that's so brutal. Interesting that they're not attacking with the other one. That's fine. And unfortunately, I can't play this to where it does 2 damage to this and kills this at the same time.
I will prove my worth to my pride.
Please don't have reprieve. And that should exile the Ajani now. Still taking a ton. Oh, it's a 4/5 now, so I can actually afford to kill this. Because now Paraguay kills the Sarah's Paragon by itself. Okay, that gets back sword. Sure. It's too bad we'll never know what those face downs were. Hopefully Curtis doesn't have 5th untapped land. But next turn I can wrath the board. Oh, they did have... I'm dumb. The Talisman. I missed that. Yeah, you shouldn't have put it there. I couldn't block that one. I was dead if you... Yeah, Curtis missed lethal. But it looks like it doesn't matter. Yeah, because this happens first. Uh... If he has a Tajik, he has a Tajik. Okay, good game. Whatever, I did my best. I had fun. That's all that matters. Good game, Curtis. All right, so here we are. We ended up going 2-1 officially. I did play a bonus match with Curtis, so we got a fourth round. But I did lose in the finals, so to speak, against Nick. Um, there were a couple times where I definitely wish I had another swamp. But for the most part, the deck did well against Nick. I unfortunately I'll never know if one of the mountains I had would have been a swamp for me to have that turn one Lily or turn two, whatever. But yeah, the rest of this deck I think performed admirably. I really enjoyed it. I don't think I discussed the reason why I put duress in my sideboard, but just make sure in case I didn't. I've said this a lot, and I don't say this to discourage people if they don't like playing mid range piles against each other, but because this cube is often, who goes 2 drop, 3 drop, 4 drop, 5 drop, the most. Um, there's not a whole lot of times where duress is going to be like fantastic. Duress can still be great, but because a lot of the times it's 2 drop creature, 3 drop creature, 4 drop creature, 5 drop creature. Um, duress just isn't going to do a whole lot or matter enough. There are definitely decks where it does, but because a lot of these decks are mid-range creature decks, I decided to sideboard this. If this was Thoughtseize, obviously it's a different story. I think I brought it in once. I don't remember 100%, and I do apologize for that. But either way, um, and the rest of this, there was like Talisman of Indulgence. You could argue that probably should have been in the deck just because of my mana fixing being so bad. But I don't know what it would be other than like Smuggler's Copter, which, funnily enough, the way I played this deck, don't know if it's correct or not, but I ended up either boarding out or discarding the Smuggler's Copter, I think, often enough that maybe I should have swapped them out. But either way, I hope you enjoyed this video, and I look forward to the next one. I'll see you there. Have a good night.